I want to start with the merger. Carol mentioned it in December, an all-stock merger between Coursera and Udemy. What is the status of that right now? We understand it's going to close in the second part of the year. The integration, how does it go? What does it mean in terms of the customer and user experience? And who's the boss?
Thank you, Tim, for the question. So we are going through the regulatory approval process right now. Nothing to share on that front, but we're moving through the paces, and then we'll, hope to move through that and then go through shareholder approval. In terms of who's the boss, first of all, the customer is always the boss. In terms of the actual governance of the company, I will be the CEO of the combined company, and we are excited about that combination because of the opportunity to bring together, two businesses that are really quite complementary. Udemy, the companies are roughly the same size in revenue, so the combined revenue of the companies would be about $1.5 billion for 2025. With about 10% adjusted EBITDA margins pre-synergies. We also announced at signing that we would deliver $115 million of synergies post-close within the first 2 years. And so a nice improvement in the operating margin that we have as a combined company. We are focused as we go through the planning process on exactly what that integrated company and platform will look like. So how do we think about pricing and packaging and promotions? Of course, how do we think about the leadership team? And then how do we bring the companies together to really drive not only, better margins through the synergies, but also really over time drive much higher revenue growth and do a better job of addressing the massive market opportunity in front of the companies.
Greg, there have been many examples of mergers that have been announced that haven't actually gone through for a whole multitude of reasons. Some of them have been regulatory. Some of them have involved other factors. What happens if this doesn't go through?
Well, I'm very confident that it will. I mean, we operate in the education space, which is a massive space, $2 trillion plus that encompasses physical education. So K through 12, universities, vocational schools. It encompasses the online sector that we happen to be a part of, and Udemy also is a part of. And then, of course, it encompasses all the other ways that people learn today. And increasingly, that is through things like LLMs or YouTube or TikTok. We believe we have a very differentiated offering, but we are a very, very small player within that massive space. And we believe that the combination actually delivers more value to every one of our constituents. To our learners, they'll get access to more content, not only the 375 different university and industry partners that Coursera has, but the 85,000 plus subject matter experts that Udemy's content creator community has. And so it'll bring more choice, more learning opportunity. It'll be better for our content creators because they'll have access to a worldwide learner audience that's approaching 300 million registered learners across the two companies. And it's better for our enterprise customers because we're able to deliver them the breadth of that content coming from that content creator network across Udemy and Coursera.
Hey, listen, one of the things, well, first of all, I have to just follow up on the deal, the combination with you and Udemy. Is it still, though, you said you're pretty confident about regulatory, Greg, so maybe still on track to close this deal in the second part of 2026?
Yes, we've heard nothing that would, change our belief that it will close, by the second half of 2026 and remain confident in getting all the regulatory approvals we need to do so.
One of the things I thought is interesting, I always think about your business. You mentioned university, industry partners, you've got these subject experts. How are people most using it? Is it your corporate partnerships where people want retraining for their employees? Is it people on their own? Is it people who are just interested about different topics? Tell us where the growth is. Is it all of it or certain parts of it?
Fantastic question, Carol. So our business, as Coursera, an independent company, we are 2/3 consumer, 1/3 enterprise from a revenue perspective. Udemy is the inverse. They are 2/3 enterprise, 1/3 consumer. For both companies, there is a huge focus on and growth in technology and specifically AI right now. And so for Coursera, last year, we saw enrollments in Gen AI related content at a rate of 15 enrollments enrollments per minute.
Wow.
In 2024, that was only 8 enrollments per minute. And so a real burgeoning interest that I believe will continue in 2026 as well. And we are really focused on delivering not just learning, but delivering skills so that people can advance their careers. 86% of the learners who come to Coursera come here to advance their careers. And so we are very focused on delivering them skills that they can use to advance their careers and that they can demonstrate, real mastery of as they are in the workforce.
Hey, Greg, really quickly, 30 seconds. Are people in it, train, and then that's it? You don't see them again? Or how much of it is return business that the platform is sticky and they're constantly coming back to learn more? And forgive me, only about 25 seconds.
Well, more than 50% of our consumer revenue is around Coursera Plus, which is our monthly or annual subscription. It's the best value for learners because they get access to all of that content. And those learners tend to stay, obviously, for longer than a single course learner might.